I'm about to show you how to actually hire top 1% talent. Look, I've hired over 2,000 remote team members from over 40 different countries. And let me be real with you. Most people jump on Fiverr, Upwork, or random Facebook groups, hire fast, and hope for the best, and then wonder why their team flakes, misses KPIs, or vanishes mid-projects. Finding the top 1% talent is the result of structured strategy, and today I'm breaking it all down. Let's dive in. Remember this, if you skip this next part, you'll always hire the wrong people, no matter how fancy your job ad is. So number one, get clear on the role's outcome. Before you write out any job description, ask yourself this: what are their daily and monthly responsibilities? What are their KPIs? How will I measure success for this role in the next 30, 60, and 90 days? And overall, what does great look like in this position? So for example, instead of saying, I need a VA to help me with emails, instead you wanna say something much more specific, like, I need a person that's gonna manage my emails during the day and help me schedule appointments with specific business owners. And then I need someone that is able to respond to specific client requests. And then I need someone that's gonna help me with vendors or flights and all of the things that can pertain with an email. See how that's much more specific than someone that just manages an email? Because everybody thinks they can manage an email, but not everybody is qualified to speak with other executives, business owners, or vendors. So here's a tactical tip. You want to create a job scorecard that includes mission of the role, 3 to 5 key outcomes, KPI and performance benchmarks, and all the necessary tools, platforms, and expertise that this person may need to have. Remember, you're not just hiring for the role, you're hiring for the result. Number 2, define your non-negotiables. For example, time zone overlap, or English fluency, or specific knowledge on a CRM or another tool, or the actual role itself. For example, I would never hire a cold caller that has never cold called before. I would never hire an executive assistant that was never an assistant before. And I would be very picky about hiring people at specific time zones because some roles are a lot more tedious and require them to be more attentive during the morning and day versus being attentive at night. I personally would not hire someone to be a salesperson from the Philippines because it is a very taxing role. Every single call is gonna be different. You're dealing with different people around the world, and it takes a lot of energy, focus, and charisma, and sometimes doing that during the night. And a night shift overall makes it much more complicated. You need to know your deal breakers before you go live. And sometimes you might not know your deal breakers until they happen to you, but outline some of the deal breakers that may seem like deal breakers on paper, because later on you'll find out that maybe those things are not deal breakers versus other ones that may come in a little bit later on. But write this out so you can have a clear roadmap of what your non-negotiables are. Basically, you wanna list all your hell yes and all your hell no's. Because if it's not a hell yes, it's usually a hell no. Number 3, culture fit and personality traits. Skills can be taught, but energy, pace, resilience, ownership, that's in your DNA. That's in your heart and soul. That cannot be taught. Write down what kind of person thrives in this role in your world. Fast-paced or slow down and steady, follows SOPs or builds their own, loves routine or thrives in chaos. These are just some examples that you can take and create for yourself. So this is very similar to the hell yes versus hell no, except you're focusing more on the type of person you're gonna need here, and every role is different. For example, I want my video editor to have a lot more attention to detail than my salesperson. I want my operations manager to be able to build SOPs rather than our project manager or a project operator that follows a lot of the SOPs, for example. So these are the types of examples that you can use within your own company. I'm gonna list out some of the best platforms for you to be able to find the talent. Most recruiting agencies and most people are not gonna tell you about them because they either don't use them or have never heard about them. Starting with Torre.ai. Torre is an incredible platform to find top talent from Latin America that we have used internally for our team to find talent, but also for our clients. And it is a pretty simple platform to use where you post a job ad and you can also search for the candidates. Torre can actually help you with filtering the candidates, and it also has all different types of AIs that can help you matchmake the best way possible. We've used this, again, internally and for our clients, and we've gotten really, really good results with it. So I highly recommend checking out Torre.ai. The next one you've probably heard and you may have used, but it is the biggest game changer for any person that's hiring, and that's LinkedIn. And when I say LinkedIn, I'm not expecting you to pay for what we pay for LinkedIn, which is LinkedIn Recruiter, and we have the premium prices. We're paying a lot of money for it. But if you do cold outreach and you actually use a tool within LinkedIn called Sales Navigator, you can actually filter for the exact role and positions to look for, and you can cold DM specific people. The best part is you don't really need to message tens of millions of people, you can probably message hundreds, maybe thousands of people using Sales Navigator. It'll automate this for you, and you'll see who's interested in responding, because a lot of people, maybe they're in between jobs, maybe they're thinking about quitting, maybe they have been looking for quite some time and they're exactly the type of fit you are. LinkedIn has hundreds of millions of users, and it is the #1 tool when it comes to recruiting in the world. A lot of people use it to find business, and they use it for recruiting, but I think they don't use it effectively for recruiting. So I would combine Sales Navigator. I'd filter out for the positions you're looking for, and I would send anywhere from 50 to 100 messages per day, as much as it really lets you, and see what people respond to it, and then take them through your recruiting process and see if they're a good fit for your business. Number 3 is specific Facebook groups. So Facebook has billions of active users, and with that, there's millions of groups. So if you just go into random groups, you're not gonna be able to find a lot of the talent that you're looking for. But there are specific groups, for example, High Level Job Network, that has tons of people that are familiar with the tool Go High Level. And on there, people are looking for jobs every single day, whether they're Go High Level specialists, appointment setters, cold callers, a lot of different people. I also like virtual assistant jobs in LatAm. That's a pretty good one, and that's a little bit more specific because now you're targeting an entire area or many areas versus just targeting the entire world and kind of hoping and praying that this will work. The last platform I'm really excited to share with you guys is something that we are going officially live with in August 16th. It's going live. We already have about 50 users, and it is our platform. It is the RemoteLatinos marketplace. So what we've done is we've used a lot of the tools that I just mentioned, plus many other tools that I did not mention that you probably know, such as Indeed, OnlineJobs.ph, Upwork, Fiverr, and many others. And we took the best parts of these platforms and made our own marketplace. And again, it's called RemoteLatinos Marketplace. I'm gonna share the link in the description. You can check it out. And first off, it's very cheap. It's only $97 a month. Second off, there's already thousands and thousands of applicants that have gone through the process of putting themselves on there, and they're actively looking for a job. Like I mentioned, we already have 50 businesses actively posted on here. So people are hiring on here. It is super, super affordable. And the best part is that a lot of people are here based in Latin America, which is a similar time zone to the US. They understand American culture, and they're gonna work their butts off to make your company grow, because they're very motivated in not only earning more money, but also helping your business take it to the next level. So now that we've covered what you must have before hiring anybody and having clear role outcomes and character traits, as well as now platforms to hire from, some that you probably have never heard of. Now it's time to talk about the hardcore vetting process. And this is incredibly important, because without this, you're gonna consistently hire the wrong people. You're going to accept people that should not be accepted to your company, and you're gonna consistently hire out of desperation. So let's dive in. Number 1 is that you must have an application form. Normally, this is about 20 to 30 questions to have this person answer specific questions about the role, about the skills and experience. And what we've noticed is majority of people either fill it out incorrectly or don't fill it out at all. So this helps us vet out a lot of different people. Then every single applicant must submit a 2 to 3 minute video of themselves talking about their experience, skill, why they're a good fit, why we should pick them, and just anything else that'll help us really believe that they're good. And the best part is we get to see what they look like, what they sound like, and how good their English is. Then comes the skill and personality test. So we do both skill and personality tests. We recommend doing the DISC assessment for personality traits, and we recommend doing a skill test that's based on the last 30 days of this role that you're looking for. So for example, if I'm hiring an executive assistant, I look for the last 30 days of what this executive assistant would do. Maybe it's managing emails, maybe it's talking to certain people, maybe it's helping with points, whatever the case may be. And I would create a skill test around this to make sure that the person I'm hiring actually can do this job, because I'm not just gonna create some random skill test that has nothing to do with the role. And then comes the 2-part interview process. If you're the only person that's interviewing, then I recommend doing an interview in the beginning of the day and the end of the day. Have it spread out within 2 to 3 days. So that way you can see how the person reacts in the morning versus later in the day, and they show up on time, things like that. If you have other people to help you in the company, then the first interview should be with them, and the last interview should be with the final boss. And usually we do the 2 interview parts, and one is a cultural interview and one is more of a skillful interview. One talks more about the company, the future, and one talks about more on the day-to-day, the skills that are needed. Now, this may seem like a lot, and it is. I'm not gonna lie to you. This will take you time. And sometimes it takes hours and hours and hours per week that you should be investing into your business, that you should be investing into getting more appointments, getting more sales, and overall being able to really grow and scale your company. So if it sounds like a lot, this is exactly what we do at RemoteLatinos. And I'm not talking about the marketplace, because the marketplace is a little bit different. You do this work yourself, except we provide the talent. Here, we do the entire process for you. okay? With our talent hunt method, we've done this over 2,000 times for hundreds of different businesses. We can help you find whether it's an appointment setter, a media buyer, go high level expert, you name it, we place it. And what we do is we present you with a top talent. All we need you to do is just review the candidates, hop on interviews, and hire the best fit. And you get a 6-month guarantee to replace anybody that you hire. So if they don't work out month 1 or month 5, you can replace them anytime. So if that's what you're looking for, head over to RemoteLatinos.com and let's help you find the next rockstar remote Latino. I appreciate you guys watching. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.